Is this on? I think it's on. Hello, how are you all? I'm so happy to see you. I hope you all had a very nice Christmas morning. I am taking over Aunty Angel's channel today. Yes. And she is off to the North Pole. She can put the elf children to bed. Yes. I've put her in charge of the nursery today. Yes. We'll see how that goes. They can be quite the handful, you know. So, she did tell me that I'm to welcome you all. So, welcome. And to tell you to have a seat. And she mentioned 3 hammocks. You need 3 hammocks? Okay. There's one there, and one over there, and one by the window. And it looks like 3 of you will fit nicely. Why don't we be friendly and get 4? Okay. And there's a big comfy rocking chair there, and 2 of you can put your feet, not you two, she told me about you two. 2 of you can put your feet up, and we have the meditation cushion so you can sit down, and this big old comfy couch. These were made to last. I know the quality of these. So you can fit on the seat, on the back, on the arms, wherever you want. And we have beverages. Baby Angel, what chilled beverage do we have today? Baby Angel is assisting me with this video. What's in here again?
Apple cider. However, since you come from the North Pole, it's not heated.
Of course. Apple cider. Is there caramel in it?
Yes.
And is there warming spices like cinnamon and ginger and clove and allspice?
If it came in the bottle.
I will add. Okay, everyone's is now spiced. And if you want a hot beverage, what did we decide for the hot beverage?
Hot cocoa.
Hot cocoa. And we have a cocoa bar set up. So there's marshmallows and gluten-free cookie crumbs. And the marshmallows are gluten-free and what's the other one? Vegan. They're vegan. Mrs. Claus likes to eat vegan as well. Although I do really relish a nice venison stew. You did not hear that. So please help yourselves. Oh, and she also said that I was to make sure I welcome in the new little angels. Hello. And to remind you, what was I supposed to remind them? To like it, to share it. Well, of course, sharing is caring. And to comment if you're comfortable. Don't do anything you're not comfortable doing. But she says that she can interact with you if you do that, and you can interact with each other, which is a lovely thing, because when we do that, we connect and we take this great big world, and believe me, it's a great big world, and go and make it smaller. And what a good thing that is. Yes, it is. And please subscribe. Mrs. Claus says Aunty Angel ASMR needs more subscribers. And hello to all the returning little angels. I recognize you from last year. Hello. You're all on the nice list. You know that, don't you? Yes. I erase all the naughty children on the naughty list. I put them on the nice list. Don't send them. Okay, so Aunty Angel also wanted me to show that she received lovely cards from people. And this one is from her friend Monica. And Monica is from Arizona. Isn't that beautiful? And she got one from Kim right here in Ontario. And Kim sent lots of chicken soup books. Angels Among Us, For the Woman's Soul, and my favorite, A Book of Christmas Miracles. So I know that Aunty Angel will be reading these soon, but I understand that you all have questions for me. I love that. Baby Angel had said she will assist me today, and she's going to read out the questions, and I will answer them as best I can without divulging too much Christmas magic. Is that understood? Okay, good. I might reveal a little bit. Baby Angel, are you ready?
Yes.
please read the first question.
Okay, so the first one, do I say who they're from or just the question?
Let's just do the question.
Okay, we have... Apologies. How do you prepare yourself for the whole month of December? And what kind of decorations do you like to have around the whole village?
Oh, well, December is pretty much all year round for us. We do get a little bit of downtime in January, but not too much because we're already planning for next Christmas. So we prepare just as the year goes on. I don't want anyone stressed or panic-ridden at the end of the month. We don't do that. No, it used to be like that, but we've got a good system in place right now. So we spend the whole year getting ready. Now, December is the baking month, but we can bake sometimes even October, November, and freeze. That's a big tip. And for decorating the village, I let everyone do their own thing. We have a couple houses that have nothing. They don't like decorations. And you know what? That's okay. That's okay. To each their own. I do know that if there's any homes that are lonely, we make a point of visiting and making sure they know that they are welcome here. If you have no one to spend the day with, that's okay. It's not a reflection on you. It's just the way it is right now. But you are always welcome here. Because I know in the village sometimes Christmas can be hard on some people. They've lost people. We've had some divorces in the North Pole. We've had some lonely people. And we've even had depressed people. And that happens. And that's okay. What you have to keep remembering is that next year will be better. And that I love you and that you're welcome here. And that's how we get ready in the village.
Okay. What is your favorite Christmas memory? What does Mrs. Claus ever get to leave the North Pole? And what is one universal gift everyone should receive on Christmas?
Well, what was the first question, dear?
What is your favorite Christmas memory?
Oh, that's an easy one. My favorite Christmas memory is when Santa and I got married. We were married on Christmas, you know. Right after he got home from his trip, we had the wedding all set up and we just did it lickety-split. And it's my favorite Christmas memory. And yes, I leave the North Pole quite frequently. I'm not a prisoner. And I love being here with all of you. It's one of my favorite times. And what was the other questions?
What is one universal gift everyone should receive on Christmas?
Love.
I thought you were going to say an orange.
Love. No, love is universal. Love is the one thing that the more you give, the more you get. And not just from other people, but there's a feeling in your heart when you love someone. It's a joy to give. Next.
The next one's a little complicated. So I say we circle back to it because Baby Angel still needs to figure out how it's supposed to be phrased.
Okay, next.
Do you have a favorite elf? And do you have a funny or favorite memory with them?
Oh no, I could never pick a favorite elf. They're all my favorites, but for different reasons. Probably my favorite elf, well, not that I have favorites now, remember that, but I think Fuzzy is my favorite, really. He tries so hard, but his feet are a little too big for his body, and he's not very good at making toys. He's not very good at making snowmen, but you know what he's very good at? Bringing the best out in other people. He has such a special heart and so much love that it brings people to him, and that's very special to me. My favorite memory with all of the elves is we play a special game. We have inflatable reindeer ears, and somebody wears them, and we have inflatable rings, and you have to toss it, but the person is moving. It's a lot of fun to play.
What is your all-time favorite book?
Oh dear. My favorite book probably is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. I really like that book. I really do. I also love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer because the backstory to it is just, it's a perfect Christmas story.
Could Baby Angel interject a little bit?
Of course.
Mrs. Claus, you just said, oh dear. How do you feel about that from Santa's New Suit, where Mrs. Claus only says, oh dear?
Oh dear. Mrs. Claus loves that book. I know that you got a copy when you were little of Santa's New Suit, and when he decided to try a new look. And all I could say was, oh dear.
Do the reindeers get any extra special treats?
Of course they do. Reindeers need to eat healthy. They need hard foods for their teeth. So that's why carrots are always a good thing, celery. And did you know they really like dill pickles? Big, strong, sour dill pickles. That's one of their favorite treats.
There was one. What was your favorite toy as a child?
What was my favorite toy? Mrs. Claus really liked books. Books were my favorite thing to receive for Christmas, more than toys.
Especially in this economy where books are a lot more expensive.
And I personally love going to a secondhand. I could go to a secondhand bookstore and be lost for hours in there.
Okay. What is your favorite Christmas activity?
Oh, my favorite Christmas activity. Let's see.
Would that be the reindeer ears?
No, I think my favorite activity is caroling. Mrs. Claus loves to sing.
I think that this is not Christmas related, but Mrs. Claus should answer about what is your favorite nail shape?
Almond. I love, 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 love almond nails.
And do you have a special place for when you are not in the North Pole?
Well, here in Toronto, I really like to go out to Vaughan and I go to Blush Beauty Nails. They are the best I've seen in the entire place.
What? Who is your current favorite musical artist and why?
I really like that Ed Sheeran. He makes me happy.
Who is your favorite reindeer other than Rudolph?
Again, you can't ask me to pick the favorites. Vixen. I could not pick a Vixen. I couldn't pick a favorite. They're all my Vixen.
Okay, I think this one's from last year. Where is Meg going to be working for or assisting Mrs. Claus? Or will she be on vacation in the Bahamas? They really want to know Meg's backstory.
Well, Meg is very private, so I'm not sure if we can tell her backstory. She is going to be getting her own video soon in the coming year. But Meg was going to assist me with this, but then Baby Angel offered. So Meg is in the Bahamas, drinking mimosas on the beach.
Is there a special mimosa that she likes?
Oh, she loves cranberry mimosas very much. Yes.
I'm saying to Mrs. Claus that for Baby Angel and Aunty Angel and Uncle Angel, they should have Christmas cranberry mimosas.
I think we could manage that. They can also be done warm too, which is very nice.
Oh, okay. Is there a particular Christmas movie that you think is very accurate to yourself and Santa? And not the one with the hot Santa because you think Uncle Angel is attractive.
Yes. And ignore what she says. The Christmas Chronicles with Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell, very accurate. Very, very accurate to us.
Do you ever take vacationing, like to somewhere warm?
Yes, but I don't necessarily always like being warm. Sometimes I like a cooler climate or a rainy climate. I love Ireland. I love England, Scotland, Wales. I love the UK, period. I also like to go to Australia, to Greece, to China, India. I love everywhere. Okay.
What's your favorite Christmas story? This question is movie and story, but we've just addressed story. We just addressed movie.
My favorite Christmas story is a real, true-to-life story of how the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer got written. That is one of my favorite. And I know that Aunty Angel just did a reading to you video where she tells you the story of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. And the story behind it is just wonderful.
Okay. What is your favorite kind of cookie? I don't know if they're talking Christmas cookie or just cookie in general.
Anything iced. I love icing on cookies.
That's the best.
I love sugar cookies with the royal icing. Love those as long as they're flavorful and non-nutmeg. I don't like nutmeg.
So you and Aunty Angel are the same. With
We are very similar in that case. We don't like nutmeg.
Okay. What is the best Christmas song to dance to?
Do you really have to ask? Rocking around the Christmas tree, have a happy dee dee dee. Do 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 do. Sorry. Keep going.
Do you have a favorite Christmas food?
Oh. Do you know they come in a can? Ocean spray jellied cranberries. Do you have that here?
Mm-hmm.
That's my favorite Christmas food. Because when you open it, first of all, you have to open it upside down.
Oh,
and when you,
down?
I don't know, that's how they made the can.
Oh, okay.
And when you take it out, you have to run your butter knife in the center like that, around the outside.
No, not that.
Around the outside, yeah. And then, that was a very, okay. And then when you shake it, it goes, and then it has the lines where you can cut it.
I do have to say, the times where you go to like a dinner party and it's like pre-sliced, it's very nice to have those lines.
It really is.
Okay, next we have, what does Santa give you for Christmas? He can make any things.
Well, you did just see a video recently. Santa gave me a beautiful Gona charm bracelet with all my Christmas ornaments on that I have forgotten to put on today. But I'm going to be putting it on later.
For dinner?
Yes, that one for sure.
Okay. What is it like living with Santa Claus?
It's not bad, actually. We are an old married couple, so of course we have our arguments. We're both kind of set in our ways. Santa does like things done a certain way, and he never really gets grumpy, which makes me grumpy because I'm normal. I get grumpy sometimes. We all do. And Santa even gets down sometimes. And you know what? That's okay. It's okay to feel your feelings.
Okay. Now we're going to go back to the question that I had trouble figuring out. I think it's just because they put commas instead of question marks. So I'm like, oh, is this like a full sentence? But no, it's questions. So we'll go individually. What are some things people do that deems them worthy of the nice list?
Being kind. If you want to be on the nice list, all you have to do is be kind to your fellow person. That puts you on the nice list every single time.
What is your favorite thing about Christmas? One thing.
Oh, my favorite one thing about Christmas. It could be the food. It could be the time spent with people, but sometimes we don't have people to spend it with. You know what? I think it's the music. Or, you know what? It's not. Come closer. Come closer. I'll whisper it to you. Hallmark movies.
Yes.
I'm addicted.
Even Mrs. Claus likes the Hallmark Christmas
Even
movies.
Mrs. Claus likes the Hallmark Christmas movies.
Interesting.
And I mean, they're so easy. You could write one yourself. Two people who've known each other in the past meet back up when one comes to close down the whatever, fill in the blank. Then they fall in love again. Then there's a huge misunderstanding. And then they come back together when one of them fixes the problem. You could write it yourselves, but I love every single one of them.
Okay. Eggnog or spiced cider?
Eggnog. Although it doesn't agree with it, with Mrs. Claus's tummy at all.
So would you say that Mrs. Claus would then like maybe do a splash in their coffee instead of drinking a full glass?
I love that. I love that. That's an excellent idea. Also, I swap out my eggnog for any recipes that call for milk around Christmas time. And I once made an eggnog cheesecake that to die for. It was delicious. No nutmeg though.
How do you feel about Christmas in the summer? Now, When I first read this, I thought they were talking about Christmas in July, but in the brackets, it's Australian Christmas.
Christmas is Christmas. I don't care the weather.
No, but it wouldn't be December 25th. It would be their, like, July 25th, because that's their winter.
No, it's in the summertime.
That's their summer.
Yes.
See, this question confused me.
I understood it perfectly. And Christmas is Christmas no matter the weather.
Okay. And then that's...
Is that all the questions?
That's all their questions.
That's all the questions people had?
Questions. We had one, but I don't want to do that.
Oh, what the heck? Bazinga. Why someone wanted me to say that, I don't know.
It's a little weird.
It's not weird. Nobody's weird. But thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. And remember, I love you. I value you. I honor you. I pray for you. And I'm so glad that each and every one of you was born.